Yeah, I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just to by my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind.
It's the Travel OG, and welcome to the Black Manosphere Conclave 5.0!
We got started in 2021 in Atlanta, united in the pursuit of excellence in all things. It's been one hell of a ride.
Can I tell you what's on my mind? 'Cause I've been thinking about it for quite some time. Hey, can you give me a moment to declare my love? Can I tell you what's on my mind?
We're now focusing more on opportunities for men, in particular passport bros. Guys who go abroad, they want to have a different lifestyle, they want to have a different achievement abroad. Oh yeah, there's without a doubt, the narrative has changed for us greatly.
I just finished speaking and having a chance to tell individuals about how to live the American dream outside of America. And I was here to help so many men when it comes to understanding what they need to do in order to relocate.
With the political climate, things that are happening worldwide, guess what? Nobody's coming to save us. So it is indicative that we all bound together, tighten up like a fist, and strike a mighty blow against everything that's fighting to stop us, man.
It's nothing but good, positive people, good, positive energy with one goal in mind, and that is to make money, get the hell out the Matrix, and enjoy your life. You dig? So shout out to all of y'all. Theme music.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is your man Marcus A. Brown, and I'm here to tell y'all that I just got done with my first consultation with the brother Andre of Love Crossing Borders. I just wanted to give him his praises. I need y'all to do two things if you haven't already. If you haven't subscribed to his YouTube channel, Love Crossing Borders. Also, if you are going to Colombia, if you're thinking of going anywhere, traveling internationally, please consider booking a consultation with the OG Andre of Love Crossing Borders. You will not be disappointed. And y'all, get in tune with him if you haven't already. Tell him MAB sent you. Peace.
Where are all the black men? And I'm not talking about the scammers, the drug dealers, the robbers, and the crooks.
Well, actually...
Shout out to all you guys that are here. Shout out, gentlemen. Glad to see that you guys are here with Andre and Andrea's Love Crossing Borders. We got a good topic tonight, like we normally do. But this is a topic that not only confuses men, but right now it's confusing women. And the topic is, in 2026, why is it that so many women are anti-women? They are finding that older women dislike younger women. And not just in the United States, in other countries as well. They're finding that gay women are disliking their counterparts. They're finding out that women look at each other with despise. Some women might be jealous of others or envious. We don't know. But we do know one thing. As men, we keep our mouths shut. Tonight's episode will be mainly women giving us insight in regards to why in 2026 women have such a disdain for each other. We don't know what's causing it because we're not women. But there's just another topic that we're going to talk about that may impact our travels. And before we get started talking about that topic, a very, very important topic when it comes to travel is starting to show itself. Because of the war and the battle that's going on in the Middle East between the United States, the prices of oil, especially fuel that's used for jets, has gone up tremendously. What does that mean? The flights that you pay to go to Colombia, DR, Thailand, Kenya, Europe, as well as other places around the world. As travelers, those prices are about to go up. We're going to look at that for the first part of the show in regards to what to do, because these gas prices, not only for our vehicles, but also for our flights, are going to impact us throughout the rest of the year. Even those of you who are going to the conclave in Las Vegas, be prepared. If you don't buy your tickets now, well, you might have to pay the piper if you buy your flight tickets later. I'll still be seeing you at the conclave, but we're going to get started with this show. With the shout outs. Yes, sir. Let's get ready with some shout outs. Glad to see you guys here. Really glad to see you all here this evening. We got 32 in the building. It's going to be a great show, gentlemen. Really good show. I'm going to make the shout outs quick since we have two topics tonight. I'm going to make the shout outs pretty quick. First shout out I want to give is to my brother Will, who always supports the channel by way of PayPal. Shout out to you for the PayPal donations that you always give, the $10 give shout out, and also the $10 shout out that you give out on the Super Chats. Thank you guys for supporting the channel by way of Cash App, Super Chats, PayPal, and I'll be dropping the link tonight for the Patreon. We hope that we get at least 3 guys that support the channel by way of Patreon, because we got a lot of good things coming down the turnpike over there. Will says this. He says, salutations, Andre and Andrea chat family. Please support the channel by way of PayPal, Cash Apps, or Super Chats. He said, all prayers for Andrea as well. Yes, keep Andrea in prayer. She is having a very, very tempestuous week the past couple of days. I've had to take her to the doctor's office and the hospital a couple times, but she is slowly but surely getting better. But definitely keep her in prayer, like I keep you guys, and like we keep you guys in prayer. He said, women of all ages are always in competition with each other, and I believe it's that as well. I believe that the competitive part of women does not stop when they hit a certain age. I think women remain competitive with each other, whether they want to admit it or not, throughout their whole lives. I agree with you with that one, Will. That's a good point. Let's scroll to the top, because the numero uno for the night is our brother Tevin King. Shout out to Tevin. He said, greetings, Andre and Andrea. Happy Sunday to everyone that are joining in. Hope that you are all enjoyed Sunday dinner. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He said, because tonight's live stream is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. We're going to have some fun, gentlemen. We're going to hear from the LGBTQ women. They're complaining. We're going to hear from women that are married, complaining about women that are not married, hating on them. We're going to hear from the younger women that are complaining that older women are hating on them. But we're also going to see how men are handling themselves in 2026 when it comes to how we relate to each other. And it is crazy, but it's the exact opposite of how women are. Yes, sir. Make sure you guys smash the like button as you come in. Shout out to you guys. Let me scroll down a little further. Shout out to my brother Kenny People. He says, official, I shaved my face, so I'm cleaning. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, man, that your face is clean. Let me scroll down. Like I said, I'll be kind of fast tonight with the shout outs, because we have two topics that we're going to be hitting. The first topic is about the price of flights that's going up immediately. This will impact us when it comes to our traveling in and out of the United States. This will impact us. So shout out to David Dice being in the building. Glad to see that you're here as well. Let me show some love to Kenneth being in the building also. Glad to see you here. He said, I'm on a plane heading to Brazil. Save yourself, black man. Passport bro for life. Glad to see that you're on your way to Brazil, Kenneth. Shout out to you. Safe flight, brother. Safe flight and have fun. Yes, sir. Glad to see that you're having a good time. Scroll down a little further. Let me make sure I got. Oh, I got my brother in the building. Poor man 313.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with that, man. What up, though? Shout out to them Detroit boys. Shout out to them Detroit boys. Yes, sir. You know how we get. You know how we act. Let me scroll down a little further. We got Don, aka the Don JP, is in the building. Glad to see you here. He says, "Let's go, Jimmy." We have our marching orders. Let's go. As well as our brother Nick is in the building. Good evening, Andre, and salute to the chat, brother. Salute to you as well, brother. Glad to see that you're here, as well as my favorite YouTube name, The African Wolf, is here also with my man, E-Man Perry. For all the guys, by the way, all you guys that asked me for a copy of the Lasian, remember we did the episode with the Latins and Asians a couple days ago, and you guys requested, hey Dre, send me that copy of the video montage that you made. Check your email. Check your email right now. You should have an email from WeTransfer.com with the video in it. It's WeTransfer.com, and it came from me. So anybody else that has a request to get a copy of that montage of all the Latin and Asian women throughout Brazil, Venezuela, we did Peru, we did Guyana, we did Colombia, put it in a montage video about 40 minutes long. If you want a copy of that, just shoot me an email and I'll send it off to you. Just shoot me, say, Andre, I saw that video of the Lasians with all the Asian Latin women. Can I get a copy of that montage or the video that I put together for it? And I'll send it off to you, man. I'll definitely send it off to you. But all you guys that did ask for it already, check your email. You should have it in there from WeTransfer.com. Shout out to you guys. Your awareness dude 22 is in the building, as well as my man supporting man. Shout out to you, AMSM. Glad to see that you're here, brother. Salute to you as well. Glad to see that you're here. Yes, sir. Black Empowerment 0140 is in the building. As well as Crypto Dragon Emperor and my man Chalupe is representing. Glad to see that you're here. And the Canadian boys are always here. Hey, Canada, we're going to talk about you today. I see y'all doing big things in Canada. Canada is not playing with the United States when it comes to this airspace. The United States has been able to fly over Canada for 70 years. No issues. Back and forth to Alaska. Back and forth to Greenland, in and out of Canada. Canada has told the United States, you can no longer use our airspace. You can no longer use our airspace. When we thought Canada didn't have any balls, any gumption, Canada has shut United, and if you don't believe me, we're going to talk about that tonight. Canada has shut down the United States from using its airspace. So now the United States has to fly around, which causes a lot of delays. We're going to talk about that tonight. Shout out to you Canadian boys.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, oh, Canada.
He said, is that video on Patreon? I'm actually dropping it on Patreon after the live stream. So that Lasian video will be going. You don't have to hear I won't have the part on Patreon with me. I'll have the part on Patreon where it's just a whole clip of the ladies. So you don't have to hear my mouth. It'll be the clip of the ladies. Shout out to my brother T-Mac, my neighbor on the other side of Colombia. Glad to see that you're here, brother. Glad to see you here, as well as Andrew Craig Jr. is in the building. Glad to see you here as well. Scroll down, and once again, the last person I see once again is Black Nubian, but Bean himself shows up. Glad to see you here. What up, though, brother? What up to you, man? Hope you're having a great day. Hope everything is going wonderful with you guys, man. Great topic. You got the email? Cool. I'm glad that you guys did. Yep, I just was able to send it as a bulk email. And I was like, oh yeah, cool. Because I was gonna send it one person at a time. But then I realized, I said, why don't I just send that video montage to everybody at the same time? But I will be posting it on the Patreon groups this evening. And speaking of Patreon, let me make sure I get you guys our Patreon information. Give me a second. so you guys can support the channel, because I will be starting doing Patreon live stream as well. All right. Give me a second. All right. And we're just looking for like 3 to 5 guys to join the Patreon this evening. Copy, and there we go, guys. Shout out to you guys. All right, dude. Okay, thought I froze for a second. I'm looking good. All right, there we go. Hey, shout out to all you guys. It just hit me. Shout out to T-Mac over on PayPal yesterday, as well as my man Lawrence yesterday on PayPal. Appreciate you guys. Because shout out to all you guys that was here with us. We did a 8.5, almost 9-hour live stream yesterday. We just had fun upon fun upon fun. Man, I didn't get a chance to wake up till like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But we had a good time, man, last night, man. That was a nice live stream. Shout out to my man Ishmael in the building. Glad you're here. He said if ticket prices go up, I may as well get my one way to South Africa or Ghana. Yep, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Those prices are going up, gentlemen. That's one thing we cannot ignore. Those ticket prices going up. And shout out to all you guys that support the channel by way of Patreon. Appreciate you. And you're absolutely correct, E-Man. It was a marathon last night, and we had a good time. Let's get ready to get started. I'm going to change the music over. Before we look at the section with the ladies acknowledging that there is something going wrong, and I'm talking about on a global basis, where women just don't like women anymore. A lot of the complaints that we make, women are starting to acknowledge that, hey, the men might be on to something. The men might be on to something. So let's hear what the women have to say. But before we do that, we are going to listen in regards to the latest on the issues with the airlines and the cost of flights.
About to pay for another war. Again, the CEO of United Airlines. So apparently, Americans are about to pay for another war. Again, the CEO of United Airlines just warned that flight prices could skyrocket because of the growing war in Iran. Why? Because jet fuel prices have exploded nearly 58% in less than a week since U.S. strikes began. And according to airline executives, those costs are not staying with the airlines. They're being passed directly to you. How fun for us. United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby says disruptions from the war, longer flight routes, higher fuel prices, and operational costs could mean Americans will soon be footing the bill. And it's not small money either. Experts estimate the 4 biggest U.S. airlines could face nearly $6 billion in extra fuel costs this year. So what happens next? Higher ticket prices, fuel surcharges, and fewer travel deals.
We have some.
Now, do realize, shout out to Kings and Dreams, who gave me the information in regards to this particular topic tonight. Yeah, guys, this is going to impact many guys that are coming in and out of the States, going to other countries in a major way. This is only a 10-minute, moment that we're going to talk about this for 10 minutes, and then we're going to go into our main topic. But I think that this is important enough for us to discuss right out the gate.
Big news right now, jet fuel prices are surging, which means that if you're going to be traveling anywhere over the next several months, likely through the end of the year, prices are about to rise fast. According to Thrifty Traveler, United Airlines CEO says that fare jumps will begin pretty quickly. Because of the war in Iran, jet fuel prices are surging, and as a result, companies like American Airlines, United, and other airlines are going to start raising prices quickly. And that means travelers are about to feel the pain of the war in Iran.
If you're planning on taking any vacation in 2026, make sure to get your tickets now. the price of crude oil shot up to $91.
That's crazy. If you had crude oil money, you made a lot of money over the past couple of days.
And if this is any sort of history repeating itself, we could easily see $100 being breached if the conflict in Iran does not end anytime soon. More plants are continuing to shut down, and the Strait of Hormuz has seen a 98% drop in activity. There's been a couple of ships that have been going through, but a majority have been sitting on the sidelines. We also seen gasoline starting to grow already. And again, a lot of the crude going to China has not been coming out. So we're starting to see a lot of jet fuel prices come up.
I've been working in the airline industry for a long time, and these are my top tips for flying that I tell everybody. Okay, number one, only book your flights on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. The
All right, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays.
prices are cheaper on these days, and you'll get a much better deal. That's booking, not flying out. Doesn't matter when you fly out. Number two, always use incognito mode because they will literally change the price depending on your location.
All right, make sure that you have your browser on incognito mode, because like she said, they will dictate how much they're going to charge you depending on where you're located. Wow, it's already at 107. God dang. He said, damn, oil money is going to skyrocket next week. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
It's insane. Number three, try to book super early in the morning, like overnight. Prices are usually so much cheaper in the middle of the night, and I don't know why. And lastly, number four, always send your flight confirmation to JetBack's email so that way if your flight drops, they can just refund you the difference. These are the best tips in the industry. Follow me for more flight hacks.
Airlines do not want you to know this. There are people booking the exact same flights as you for 40 to 60% off. Most people are overpaying for flights and they don't even realize it because they're booking flights the wrong way. The people going to Hawaii for under $250 and Europe for under $300 are doing things differently. They're not searching specific
All right, Tevin, thank you for confirming that, brother.
dates, they're watching prices. This is what I use. It's called AirClub. It shows me real price drops out of US airports for 40 to 50 and sometimes 60% off, and it sends me alerts when prices drop or airlines lower their fares. It's kind of like the AI of Google Flights. So you just set your home airport, the price, months, stops, trip lengths, and the destinations that you want to go to, and you wait. So if you're traveling in 2026, this is the easiest way not to overpay. Let's go travel.
If you want luxury travel experiences on an economy budget, I got you, okay? This is 4 things you're gonna do to travel luxury without breaking the bank in 2026. Number 1, you gonna fly business class for the low, okay? If you want premium seats without paying premium prices, you need to get a Going Elite membership, okay? It's an annual fee, and all they do is send you flight deals. But with an Elite membership, you get mistake fares, business class, and first class seats, okay? If you want to get it for the low, that's what you class seats, okay? If you want to get it for membership, you get mistake.
You should be getting.
And all they do is send you flight deals. But with an Elite membership, you get seats without paying premium prices. You need to get a got you, okay? This is 4 things you're gonna do to travel luxury without breaking the bank in 2026. Number 1, you gonna fly business class for the low, okay? If you want premium seats without paying premium prices, you need to get a Going Elite.
So she said Going Elite membership. Going Elite membership. She said that's what we should, one of the recommendations that she has, Going Elite membership. She's going to describe it.
Elite membership, okay? It's an annual fee, and all they do is send you flight deals. But with an Elite membership, you get mistake fares, business class, and first class seats, okay? If you want to get it for the low, that's what you need. Number 2, you need to look into a co-branded credit card. So whether it's the Hilton American Express, the Chase Marriott Bonvoy, a United card, a Delta card, or any other airline credit card, the perks are going to give you that extra luxury that you ain't got to come out of pocket for. Some of the perks I personally get are free lounge access all over the world, room upgrades, free breakfast, seat upgrades. You can go from economy to business class sometimes, okay? Free check bag, early boarding, and a whole bunch more. And number 3, if you serious about a deal like me, you gonna get your hands on the State of Travel and Flight Deals report, because it's gonna give you expert insight about what flight deals, trends, and travel vibes to look for next year.
Oh my God, she wasn't lying. Look. New York to Paris for $61. And that's a round trip ticket. Oh girl from the airport wasn't lying. Look.
So you might want to check that website out, which is Trips to Eyes. I want to check that website out. See if they got some deals.
And at the website, it is real.
This guy just cracked the code to getting the cheapest flights possible with ChatGPT. A flight that should cost over $1,000, he paid under $100. Same destination, same dates, same airline. Here are the exact 7 prompts he used. Prompt 1, find the cheapest way to fly from city A to city B next month. Include his.
Okay, before we go any further with that, I want to show you guys something real quick. What the young lady was just talking about. And I'm going to drop the link to it. And this is the website that she was just talking about. Trips 2 Eyes right here. Of course, is a membership. Tells how it works. Join the club, so forth and so forth. Start a free trial. Deals we found in the past. Never miss a price drop. So I want to drop the link to this particular website. See if it's something that you guys can work with. Yeah, by the way, thanks for Bobby for asking about Andrea. You'll have to go to the website to find out how much a membership is. I wouldn't know. I don't think it has a price on it. Let's scroll down. Let's see. Let's click join the club and see what happens. Of course, this is Colombian peso, so this is, I don't know what that would be. Oh, the annual billing is only $60 a month. I mean, $60 a year. That's not bad. $60 a year. That's not bad at all. You get a free trial to start off. Billing annual is $60 a year. Full refund if you saved over $500. Only like $5 a month. Not bad. $5 a month. Okay. Frequently asked questions. There we go. I think I'm going to add this to the Patreon as well, this website, and a couple of others that they were mentioning. But yeah, Andrea's getting better one day at a time. I just talked to her a few moments ago before I started the show. She's spending time with her mom. All right, let's go back to the video.
Alternative airports. This matters because Google Flights and Skyscanner only show partner about 28% of available flights. Prompt 2. Which budget airlines operate this route that aren't listed on Google Flights or Skyscanner? This surfaces carriers you'd never find on your own. Prompt 3. Suggest layover cities that cut the price even if it requires 2 separate bookings. Sometimes splitting your trip into 2 tickets saves hundreds. Here's where it gets interesting. Prompt 4. Find mistakes, flash sales, or unusually cheap flights departing my airport this month. Airlines misprice tickets constantly. Most people just never see them. Prompt 5. Compare this flight across all platforms. Where is it the cheapest right now? The same seat can cost completely different amounts depending on where you book. Prompt 6. Monitor this route for 4 days and alert me when the price drops below my target. This turns ChatGPT into your personal price tracker. Prompt 7. Can booking 2 one-way tickets beat the round-trip price? Most people never think to check this. A single prompt saved him hundreds of dollars. If you want to try it out yourself, comment prompt and I'll send it across.
Close the entire Canadian airspace to U.S. aircrafts. Air Transit is an airline in Canada. They suspended all of their flights to the U.S. WestJet is another airline in Canada, were removed in one day. Canadians will go to Florida during the winter. They're either going to go to Orlando or they're going to go to Fort Lauderdale. This white lady saying, I don't buy anything American. I don't go to the States anymore. And a lot of Canadians felt like that. Automatically reassigned that travel to Mexico. Prime Minister Carney said, I'll see your routes and I will close the entire Canadian airspace to U.S.
Yeah, I'm actually going to put together a whole little setup as well, including videos, including websites that I'm going to be posting in the Patreon. This kind of like is one of those things that I can sit back and say, because you guys initiated it, shout out to Kings and Dreams, that kind of click. And I say, you know what? We do need something like this in the Patreon. So I'll be setting that up in there.
Aircrafts. For 70 years, the U.S. has used Canada airspace without asking. Prime Minister Carney said they revised their overflight fee structure and restricted access to the polar routes for nations currently engaged in hostile trade actions. Translation: American planes can't use the shortcut anymore. This is your Amazon packages. This is your stock portfolio plummeting. That shortcut, now they have to go all the way around. And now that's going to double the fuel cost. And they just closed the Strait of Hormuz. This is jet fuel, catering services, ground crew, pilots, flight attendants, baggage handlers, pharmaceuticals, fresh produce, and auto parts.
And Sister just dropped this video 2 days ago, and the others that I came across were like within the last week. So this is all brand new news.
This creates a bottleneck in all of these industries. This is a precise strike on the U.S. service economy. They're estimating that we are losing $4 billion per week. U.S. Travel Association is calling it an unprecedented act of economic aggression. There's planes sitting on the runway in Anchorage, Alaska. Ask me why. Because pilots and flight attendants have to take a break. This is like safety issues. So like UPS and FedEx lose their slot in Toronto because of fuel costs. They will never get them back.
The Trump administration is having a really, really bad day, bad week. Canada just restricted airspace to the US. So not only commercial, cargo, passenger, if you fly into Canada, it just got really, really expensive. So most are having to fly around Canada, which is causing delays. It's causing increased gas cost. Is it just a negotiation tool that they're using in Canada? Or is this how they're giving the administration the big? Because this is a big one. There's no way around it. You know, there's been a lot of back and forth, a lot of words exchanged between us and Canada and their prime minister. But all of a sudden, he's got a leg up. It'll be interesting to see. The administration here in the U.S., they're having a god-awful week right now. No response as of yet.
If you're planning on going on a trip anytime this year, I would book that flight right now, because if jet fuel prices go up, that means all the ticket prices are going to go. So if you want to have a vacation before the next World War or during it, book it now, baby. Book it now. Listen to me. Book it.
Just like he said, last two words were book it. So just like you guys have said, hey, if I got the money to buy my flight tickets now for the summertime, you might want to book those tickets now. If you plan on coming to Colombia for any festivals, or going to Brazil, or going to Thailand, you might want to consider getting those tickets a little sooner than later, because those prices are going to go up. Even the price deal prices are still going to be higher than price deals than they were last year. And all the guys that plan on traveling back and forth this year in December, November, those prices are really going to go up. Really go up. So shout out to you guys. I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on in regards to not only U.S.-Canadian relations in the flights, but also be aware that flight ticket prices are going to be impacted in the next few days. They said they're going to change it over almost immediately. So that's how $8 billion lost based on what the sister just said. Yep. It's like this, guys. Let's be real. we can talk about, and let's be honest. We can talk about and discuss how strong America is with its military might, how much money we make as a GDP. We always brag about how much money we make, the job opportunities, the business opportunities, which are all true. But we have to realize how we bullied countries in the past. We might not be able to pull that off anymore. We'll run into a small country and we'll take over their dictators and prime ministers and leaders and so forth. We'll run up into a small country all day long. But you got countries like Canada that control most of our electricity in the Midwest. With one switch, Canada can shut off most of the states in the Midwest with just one switch. We forget about that part. So there's only so much our military can do to where people are just like, listen, we have rights too. And we have the international right to let you know you can't fly over our airspace anymore. So no, Canada and other countries might not be able to take on America when it comes to military might. But when it comes to other areas, these countries that were kind of like hands off, didn't go to war and have never known for causing trouble. It's amazing under this administration, we're constantly beefing with Canada. Throughout my lifetime, Canada has never messed with anybody, no country, they didn't care. The biggest beef Canada's ever had was Quebec saying we want to be our own country. That's it. So to see within a year and a half, America's beefing with Canada constantly. This is not new. This is something that we've constantly seen. So just like you guys are keeping me and Andre in prayer, we'll be keeping you guys in prayer as well. Because you guys are seeing things in the administration that you didn't vote for, whether you voted Democrat or Republican. You did not vote for all this madness. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He said, if you could get a refundable ticket, he said, I would get it now. He said, the worst case scenario, you get a refund of the price drop later. Absolutely correct. Montrez says this. Shout out to Montrez in the building. He said, I already bought my flight tickets for summer travel to Europe. There we go. Chulupe says this. He said, the flights from the East Coast normally go up to the Atlantic coast of Canada, then toward Greenland in case there is an emergency or mechanical issue. And me and Andre had planned on going from here. This is our plan for November. Right around late October. We were gonna go from here to Canada, spend a few weeks in Canada, fly from Canada to Thailand. So we got to find out, does any of this impact when it comes to this issue with America? Does that impact us who are coming from other countries to Canada? Does that impact how we fly in and out of the country? So those are the things that, that all of us might have to take in consideration who even live outside the United States. Zeta says this. Shout to Zeta once again. He said, how it's time for America to show how tough they are. In my opinion, they always talk about how big and how bad they are putting down other countries. Nah, don't complain now. Absolutely correct. You might be able to beat up one of them little countries, but there are other countries that know how to be strategic and are big enough, like Canada, to be strategic without having to use military might. That is so true. You got Canadians over there saying, I'm not buying anything that comes from America. Yes, I think some of the South American flights can go over toward Africa. He said, but not all. Thanks for letting me know that, guys. Let's get started with the topic for this evening. The ladies. Let me remove this and bring up the video with the ladies.
I think there's something we all notice but are not allowed to say. So let me go ahead and say it. Most women harbor a thinly veiled hatred for one another.
Why is this, ladies? The ladies are going to explain tonight why women don't like women.
Behind their all smiles persona, you'll often find a cold war and a silent rivalry among women in everything from the clothes they wear to the guy that they're able to snatch.
Some of y'all are way too old to be carrying mean girl energy at your big age. Still gossiping, still competing, still tearing other women down like it's gonna make you look better. But it doesn't. It just shows how insecure you really are. A woman who's healed doesn't waste time hating, and a woman who's confident doesn't find the need to dim anybody else's light. So if you're still moving like a high school bully in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, it's not cute, it's pathetic. So let's just call it what it is. And what it is a grown woman who never grew up.
Ladies, can we stop with the whole look, the up and down, everywhere we go? Because most of the time when I'm looking at a girl and I'm like looking too long, it's always because I think she's really pretty or I like her outfit. So here's the thing that would make everyone's life easier. If there's something that you admire about someone, instead of doing just tell them. We gotta look out for each other.
Has anyone else recently gotten married and realized that all their friendships are changing, all their female friendships?
Because do you notice that women that get married end up looking down on single women like they're disgusting, forgetting that they were once single as well? It's almost like they put themselves on this high pedestal where it's like my husband, my husband, my husband. I can't be friends with single women. Forgetting that the husband is not going to cut off his single friends at all. He's still going to be hanging out, having a good time. This is why.
Well, at the end of the day, and shout out to Abijah with the $5 love on the Cash App. Women have to come to reality. Married women, women have a tendency of thinking that if a woman no longer has time for you and she's evolved into the marriage with her husband and children, she's looking down. Quite a few of you guys have entered in solidified relationships while here in Colombia. I've sat back and seen you guys live the single life and have fun. Then I've seen you guys sat back and settle down with one lady friend or maybe 2 or 3, and you're good. I might not see you again for another 2 years. I mean this. This happened several times. When some of you brothers get more serious, you kind of like are focused. So if I see you 2 years later and I'd be like, what's going on? Like, man, I'm married. We about to have our first. I've been here the whole time. Dre just been focused. I'm happy for you. Men know how to be happy for men. One of the problems that women have, they don't know how to be happy for their girlfriend that got married. That's the problem. No matter what, if you come down here to Colombia, like my brother Will, shout out, chill with Will. Will is busy. Now, when Will first got here, yeah, I could hang out with him and do all that stuff, but Will is purchasing property like T-Mac. Will is down here doing volunteer work like T-Mac. Will is purchasing a vehicle. He's building and establishing a life. He does not have time to hang out with Andre, coming back and forth from Medellin to Cali, because he's on vacation mode. No, he lives here. He has a life. It's funny how men understand that men have a life, but women get jealous of each other once one of their girlfriends has a life that doesn't include them. That's what women don't want to acknowledge. They don't want to acknowledge that part, that your girl has grown up. She's not the same homegirl you had when you guys were in college. He said, I had a good friend who married with a kid on the way. He said, I haven't seen him in a while. I get it. Our friendship never changed. And I'm happy for them. Yep, men know how to be happy for men. Shout out to International Quiet Storm in the building as well as my man Kofa and Jermon being in the building. He said, what up, big brother? In the chat family. International Quiet Storm said, I'll have to admit, he said, I'll admit where I live, it sucks for my social life. He said, all my homeboys are married and got kids. They try to invite me to things, but I'm always the third wheel. He says, so I just stay to myself or travel. And it's often like that. It's often like that. I don't expect you guys, I'll give a perfect example. I don't expect you guys when you finally are coming to Cali, for example, to always, every time you got a flight, to hang out with your boy Andre. You guys got lives you're establishing. And I know what it's like to have to establish your life in a new city or a new country. You're busy. Men understand that. Men don't think that men are bougie or funny style because you're busy. But women look at each other like, so you married, you think you better than us. And that has nothing to do with it. Let's continue on with the video. Let's continue on with the Nazarene of the Way says, he said, just can't travel constantly outside the United States anymore to check places out. That's cool. He said, I'll still use another country to live and travel from. Just stay focused, Kings. Absolutely correct. Once again, shout out to Cole for being in the building, as well as International Quiet Storm and Jermon. Yes, sir. Zeta said this. He said, my buddies that have families or kids, we hang out. We hang out whenever we can get free time. I understand, though. He said, I understand. And I tell them that it's all the time. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. That's a great point. You know, men respect each other. And that's the difference that you're going to see throughout the show tonight. How men treat each other and how women are treating each other.
A lot of married women end up depressed because they lose themselves. They consume the marriage so much and forget.
That's another thing. You're going to hear tonight a lot of attacks from women dislike women so much, they will attack the women in the marriages. You're married, but you're miserable. Yeah, I see you over there, but you're centering men. I see you over there, but you don't look as happy as when you were single. There are so many videos I came across of women saying that women that are married, you must be depressed. To be in a marriage, you must be sad. But we always see the women that are alone, the ones that are on mental medication, the ones that are always not as focused as they could be, the ones that were calling into Kevin Samuels in the thousands each year. They criticize married women, but they were calling Kevin Samuels day in, day out, Instagram, TikTok, X, YouTube. Any way they could get to this man to get some help to get a husband, these women were trying it. But yet these are the same women that are sitting here criticizing women for being happy and being in marriages.
Women that get married end up looking down on single women like they're disgusting, forgetting that they were once single as well. It's almost like they put themselves on this high pedestal where it's like my husband. I can't be friends with single women, forgetting that the husband is not going to cut off his single friends at all. He's still going to be hanging out, having a good time. This is why a lot of married women end up depressed.
That's another thing. These single women really believe that when we as men get married, we don't evolve. They think that we don't evolve when we get married. Most of my boys back in the States, we all were single at one point in time. And we all end up getting married at one point in time. Few of us got divorced right around the same time. Now, most of us are remarried right around the same time. It's only one that isn't. Men know how to evolve and not hate on each other. Men have no problem with, hey, my boy got, he got his wife and kids now, so he can't hang out going bowling or going to the golf course or hang out at the sports bar like he used to. We understand it. I don't know why women think that men, he doesn't have to cut off his boys because his boys understand it. You women don't. See, men can sit back and say, hey, bro, I can't make it tonight. Cool, we ain't tripping on each other. Women, oh, so you can't make tonight again? You can't make it again? So it's all about your family now, huh? You didn't change, girl. Girl, you didn't change. Men don't talk like that. Men understand that men have responsibilities if we're going to be in the family. Men understand, hey, I was at your wedding. I was there when you got married, bruh. So I understand you got responsibilities. Israel says this. He said they criticize but beg men for money in the talking stage. Absolutely correct. A lot of weave patting. Patting that weave. Using that fingernail to scratch that old dirty hair on the inside.
Because they lose themselves. They consume the marriage so much and forget their own identity. Never lose your identity when you're getting married. Stay happy, keep your identity, keep your friends. You can't do everything that your single friends do, correct? But have fun. Life is...
You know what's so funny? It's always women without a ring want to give advice to women with rings. Always. Real men don't put these manufactured fakers. Yep. These manufactured fakers are different. Yes, they are. Crazy. AMSM says this. He say, Andre, you do have a select group of men that completely cut their friends off, but come back around after the breakup. That's true. That's true. There are guys that do that. But men, let's put it like this. I don't consider it as much as cutting off your friends. As with men, you got responsibilities. Let's be real. You married now. You focusing on mortgages and homework. Homework is due. You helping kids with homework now. Do you want to go to the sports bar with your boys? Yeah, but you happy doing homework with your shorties. So I can understand how with us men, quite a few of us disappear on each other. Like I said down here, like I said, mentioned earlier, here in Colombia, that happens a lot. That happens a lot. When you dudes come down here, you guys want to hang out. Hey, Dre. And then maybe after about a good 3 weeks to 3 months, I don't see y'all again, or I rarely see you. And then you tell me, hey, Dre, I met somebody. She's really good people. I met her family. We've been hanging out doing this, doing that. And I am happy for you. I understand. Men quite often disappear on each other. Yes, we do. But we understand it. We're not like this young lady on the video that's hating on each other. That's the beauty of how men, our reaction is different than how women look at it. Women think, oh, she thinks she better than us. Men don't think that. We don't think our homeboy is sitting around thinking, yes, I'm married, I'm better than them. Only women think that somebody gets married, thinks they're better than somebody. Yep. You say cut off. Nazareth says, they say cut off don't carry the same sentiment for men as women. That's so true. He said cut off assumes that you dislike your friend. He said, I've never met a man who dislikes his friends once he gets in a relationship. Not one. None of my boys. Nobody, no dude that I ever known all of a sudden was like, I don't like being around my boys. Not one of us. If we disappear, it's because we got responsibilities. He said, usually when men disappear from our friend groups, is because we have responsibilities and not because we're hating. We're not women. Yep. Women be hating on each other, man. Let's continue on with the video. They will hate on each other.
It's not meant to be that deep. Because at the end of the day gonna end.
A happily married woman, I'm not going to say too much, but I'm going to say this. This was not an opportunity for you to attack a woman. It's not justified. The comments, the videos attacking women. It wasn't an opportunity for that. You claim to say men are getting married to cheat. So why not attack the men? How did you come by attacking women? You just don't like women? You don't want to see another woman happy, and that is the sum of it. It's no other reason. It's not about the jumping up and down. It's not about marriage. It's not about being male-centered. It's none of that. You just don't want to see a woman happy. Yeah, that's it.
Specifically women talking about how when their friends get married or...
Go watch her video because what she's saying is so real. I see videos all the time on here of single women complaining about the quality of friendship they have with their married friends or their friends who have kids. And I'm just like, why is it so hard for people to understand that when someone has a big life change, the amount of access you have to them may change a little bit, at least at first. When a person first gets married, I think it's very normal that they're prioritizing spending time with their husband, getting to know this person they're going to be spending the rest of their life with. Right. And your friend with a new baby is fighting for their life to have any time for their self. After all of those changes, your friend might simply not have the bandwidth to tend to your relationship the way it was before. And I don't think that's as terrible a thing as y'all make it. I think that's a normal part of becoming an adult. If your friends spend more time talking to you than they do their own husband and child, that would be a little concerning. Because as your responsibilities change, so do your priorities. And that doesn't mean you love your friends any less. So I just think we need to have a little grace on these friends who have these big life changes and aren't able to tend to us as they used to. Because when your life changes in similar ways, you will want that same grace extended to you.
Straight or non-straight, women will always look at other women first. So when women look at a couple on the street, even if it's like...
So now we're about to go into the section where the women of the LGBTQ are about to chime in regarding women, hating on women, using women, envious of women. The LGBTQ women are getting tired of it. They're getting tired of it.
The sexiest man in the world, we might look at the woman first to think, how was she being perceived when she met him? How do I perceive her? And is that how I look? And if I don't look like that, how can I become like that? And then we look towards the man and we're like, damn, he's fine as And from what I've read, like, women generally look to other women first. It's like real recognizing real. It's like boss looking at another boss in the eye. Like, I know that the woman has more of a story to tell. It's like evaluating yourself against somebody else. It's like women are used to being perceived, and we're used to thinking of ourselves as, how am I being perceived right now? The woman is the object to be stared upon.
No, I can't be the only one. I just feel like women might not be for me.
Let me just say that the dating of lesbians, okay, is fucking trash, okay? It is absolutely fucking trash.
Ain't word for being a lesbian is so ghetto. When I say it's so ghetto, like it's ghetto as hell out here.
Hey, listen, I can't be the only lesbian, stud, whatever you want to call it, that is actually getting tired of dealing with women. I'm still very much so gay. I just am tired of dealing with women.
You got the ladies ready to take flights. Let's bring that back. You got the ladies ready to take flights. They are done. See, it was funny when it was just us men taking flights. Oh, it was funny. Everybody could come out with a passport bro, blue book gentleman, passport kings, passport cartel, black expat jokes. As long as it was men that were saying, hey, the ladies back in the States are not what they're cracked up to be. The juice is not worth the squeeze. When we said it, oh, they just can't get no woman. They can't get no women. That's what the problem is. now that the studs have drunk the Kool-Aid. Yes, sir. You say the studs even tired of them. Yes, sir. Yep. She was drinking the lean. Yeah, man. Let's go back to that.
Let me just say that the dating of lesbians, okay, is fucking trash, okay? It is absolutely fucking trash.
Ain't world for being a lesbian. It's so ghetto. When I say it's so ghetto, like it's ghetto as hell out here.
Hey, listen, I can't be the only lesbian stud, whatever you want to call it, that is actually getting tired of dealing with women. I'm still very much so gay. I just am tired of dealing with women.
I know I can't be the only one. I just feel like
I am truly tired of the women who want to come into my life and make the shit look sweet. But all they're really trying to do is siphon my energy and breadcrumb me some bullshit because they're emotionally unavailable, but dress it up and make it look like something else. No, Buki. What summer? All
right. I'm probably going to get a lot of haters on what I'm about to say, but I personally don't care. Say whatever you want. This message goes to personally the lesbian community. I've been seeing a lot of videos about people talking about JoJo Siwa, Fletcher, and whoever else dating dudes and setting the lesbian community back and all of these things. Personally, I think what's setting the lesbian community back are lesbians. The amount of toxicity, immaturity, lack of emotional availability, self-awareness, healed, any of that is lacking in this community is sad.
Is she not quoting men? Are these women not quoting the men? All I'm hearing are women complaining and quoting men. Everything that we've said for the last 40 plus years, these women are now quoting. It's not like they're saying something that's outside the box and something that's different from what we would say. These are exact terms and words that we've used. Shout out to all you guys that are watching from Andrea's channel, supporting over there. Shout out to you guys. Let's bring that beat back a little bit. She said everything that we've said for the longest time.
I'ma throw a bit. For real. All right. I'm probably going to get a lot of haters on what I'm about to say, but I personally don't care. Say whatever you want. This message goes to personally the lesbian community. I've been seeing a lot of videos about people talking about JoJo Siwa, Fletcher, and whoever else dating dudes and setting the lesbian community back and all of these things. Personally, I think what's setting the lesbian community back are lesbians. The amount of toxicity, immaturity, lack of emotional availability, self-awareness, healed, any of that is lacking in this community is sad.
See, the problem is, man, all these women done turned into goddamn no-limit soldiers and don't even know how to be submissive anymore. Like, y'all don't even accept help when y'all be needing the shit.
Did she just say they don't know how to be submissive? Did she say they don't know how to be what we've said? Yes, sir. I'm going to drop the link to Andrea's channel in a split second, too. Yes, sir. Help her get her algorithm up over there. So we're watching live from here. We're watching live from Andrea's channel. So I'll drop the link over there for those that want to support. Shout out to Ronin Travelers in the building. Let's bring that back. Where did I hear that from? Absolutely correct, brother. That sounds a little familiar.
And whoever else dating dudes and setting the lesbian community back and all of these things. Personally, I think what's setting the lesbian community back are lesbians. The amount of toxicity, immaturity, lack of emotional availability, self-awareness, healed, any of that is lacking in this community is sad.
See, the problem is, man, all these women done turned into goddamn no-limit soldiers and don't even know how to be submissive anymore. Like, y'all don't even accept help when y'all be needing the shit. Then if something going wrong in your relationship, you just fucking out. Gone.
I'm a runner.
I don't even give a fuck about this shit. On to the next type shit.
Did not the sister say yesterday on the live stream, I'm a runner, I'm a track star? Why is it that lesbian women are flabbergasted now that it's been happening to them? Now that they see that the women aren't submissive. Now that they see that the women, they are runners, they are track stars. Now that they see that the dating pool with women is trash or ghetto. Now they're going on TikTok, YouTube. See, before they said, well, you know, come over here to our side. We'll treat you better than a man ever had. Didn't they? Come on now. The LGBTQ used to brag about the fact that they could treat a woman better than any man. They sit up there singing Jagged Edge. He can't love you like I love you. The LGBT, come on, the lesbian ladies used to brag about how much they could take our women and treat our women better than we can. Singing Jagged Edge, right? So we said, if you can make one hove, build another hove. If you can make if you think you can do it, go ahead, ladies of the LGBTQ, go ahead, take them. They belong to you. Now they're sitting back using the same complaints that we've been using ever since the Phil Donahue, Sally Jesse Raphael, Ricky Lake days. They are literally quoting what we've said. Literally quoting. Africa Wolf says this. He said, this reminds me of the Hulu series, Why? The Last Man. He said, all the men on the planet died except one. And the women were running the country, and all they did was complain. I'll have to check that out. He said, insert the Master P off in there too. No Limit Soldiers. Yes, sir. Let's continue on. They don't know how to be submissive. They don't know when they need help.
Shit. What the fuck happened to the submissive women? The
What? Come on, LGBTQ. Come on, lesbians, talk to us. She said, what happened to who? What? Come on, talk to us.
How to be submissive anymore. Like, y'all don't even accept.
Talk to your big brothers. Talk to your big brothers. Tell us what's going on over there. You said that you could take care of them better than we could. So we said, take them. LGBTQ among women has skyrocketed over the last 20 years. Every female out there want to be gay. So we said, cool. We said men didn't complain when women ran over there to women. We have not complained one time. But listen to the women. You finally got them, ladies. You finally got them. They belong to you. What's going on? Talk to us. Talk to your big brothers. We got your back. Talk to us.
Help when y'all be needing the shit. Then if something going wrong in your relationship, you just fucking out. Gone. I don't even give a fuck about this shit. On to the next type shit. What the fuck happened to the submissive women? The women from back in the day, like Aaliyah, I can't eat without you, breathe without you, sleep without you. I can't even. Hey, you talking about?
He said, what happened to the Aaliyah ladies? What happened to the ladies like Aaliyah? I can't eat without you, breathe without you, sleep without you, live without you. What happened to the Aaliyahs? For real.
I'm not black, I'm okay. Okay.
For real.
The fuck? Y'all be so over it? And I understand, like, when it's a fucked up ass situation, but in most cases, y'all be the goddamn problem.
I like girls, but I think I'm finna start dating men. And let me tell you why. So I've been out here dating, and I just find that I date a lot of these femmes, and it seems like they looking for a parent instead of a partner, bro.
Like, and I love spoiling my women. I love paying for stuff. I love taking them on dates and getting them flowers and make sure they're good in every way, make sure they're safe, opening the door for them, all that. I love that stuff. But it seems like I can't get any spoiling in return. Nobody wants to play their role. I'm getting girls flowers, taking them on these crazy dates, and, you know, them real good, you know, at the end of the night, make sure they get home safe, getting them all of this and getting nothing in return. Like, I don't know if girls are fake gay, but they don't even want to, like, they don't even want to F back. Like, they don't even want to back. Like,
She's saying that she getting starfish sex. She's saying that I take them out, I treat them good, I go down on them, I give them the freakiness. She said they too lazy to give her back the freakiness. Come on, mama. She said, I'm going back to men. These ladies are too lazy to be lesbians. I'll say this again. These women are coming across women that are too lazy to be lesbians. That's sad, little mama. Little mama said, I'm getting starfish sex from women. T-Mac said, I had an ex in Colombia who went to the other side, but she complained, but she did not get treated. She complained, but she did not get treated generously. Yes, sir. Ellis said this. Shout to Ellis in the building. He said, it's a shame when women start complaining about these lazy broads, and they're lazy, and this woman complained about them being lazy in the bed. But Andre, they wanted to be men. So conduct yourself like one. Absolutely correct. Perception is in the building. Perception said this. Perception says, he said, have you seen the rise in masculine lesbians messing with men on the low? This is one of them. This young lady just said that right before you came in. On the low, moving towards having boyfriends and husbands. This young lady, we're going to bring this back. You're right on cue. This young lady is literally giving her point. I'm going back to dating men. And she went viral like a year ago with this video. About 2 years ago. This video is about 2 years ago. And she went viral. And she even posted when she started dating guys again. She dressed differently. She behaves differently. Let's bring this back.
Like, Aaliyah, I can't eat without you, breathe without you, sleep without you. I can't even. Hey, you talking about? The fuck? Y'all be so over it? And I understand, like, when it's a fucked up ass situation, but in most cases, y'all be the goddamn problem.
I like girls, but I think I'm finna start dating men. And let me tell you why. So I've been out here dating, and I just find that I date a lot of these femmes, and it seems like they looking for a parent instead of a partner, bro. Like, and I love spoiling my women. I love paying for stuff.
He said these women come out here in the gay world, come over to this side, they looking for a parent and not a partner.
I love taking them on dates and getting them flowers and make sure they're good in every way, make sure they're safe, opening the door for them, all that. I love that stuff. But it seems like I can't get any spoiling in return. Nobody wants to play their role. I'm getting girls flowers, taking them on these crazy dates, and, you know, them real good, you know, at the end of the night, make sure they get home safe, getting them all of this and getting nothing in return. Like, I don't know if girls are fake gay, but they don't even want to, like, they don't even want to F back. Like, they don't even want to back. Like, am I like, what? I be trying to ask girls, like, are you gay for real? Like, are you gay? Cause you like, you know, what's up?
Y'all, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's something going on out here, and I don't know if it's my algorithm per se or what, but like, it's a lot of studs that's going back to men. I'm seeing a lot of content about women telling their stories about how they going back to men because women are just too wicked out here. Like, these women aren't just, they're not over their gay phases and they're just like, okay, fun's over. Like, nah, like, they like, nah, I really do like women. I want to take a woman serious, but you know what? These women are so wicked out here, bro. Like, if I'm gonna be with a being, I might as well just pick the lesser out of two evils. And they going back to men.
You couldn't put two neurotic people together.
No, that's why lesbian relationships don't last, because about 75% of divorces are initiated by women. And the simplest explanation for that is that on average, the most unhappy person in the relationship is going to be the woman. Well, why? Well, because on average, she has higher levels of negative emotion. That doesn't necessarily mean that negative emotion doesn't reflect.
That's a great way of putting it. That is a great way of putting it. Back to factory reset, Dre. Adam and Eve is still a match made in heaven once the serpent is gone. He said, Dre, I'm waiting for your experience, your stories. Y'all know I got stories. Y'all know I got stories. I'm trying to cut back on my fiendish past story. You know, I'm trying to walk more in my Christian walk, even though you guys might hear me just rumble on when it comes to profanity. I'm working on that too. But yeah, I've got some stories with studs, man. Some gorgeous, and I mean gorgeous studs. Gorgeous studs. So yeah, I've got those stories. I won't lie. It says in the Bible to confess before men. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. I got your point. That's a good one. That's a good one. You say on a private stream. I might do that one probably on and I'm talking about had some good experiences, man. I did not have bad experiences with lesbians, with the butch. I kid you not. I dated the butch chicks. I didn't date the one that was feminine. I was dating the ones that you thought were straight butch. You would think that they were straight butchy 1000%. Once they got with a man, came back to like factory reset, all that femininity come out. I'm talking about butches that were cooking, cleaning, hugs, kissing, caressing. They like movie nights. They like to put on a dress and be cute. But in the LGBTQ world, they would have a haircut short, maybe like a brush waves, or probably a part right here, because butches love to put a part in their hair like a man, right? Try to show off that man side, or get a little fade or something. I kid you not. But once they get with you, bruh, yeah, I have them on the Patreon. But once they get with you, I kid you not, man. I kid you not. I can say I have been with some really, really good, gorgeous stud chicks that if I hadn't told you, you would not have known. You would not have known for nothing. So when I sit back and I hear these women say, I'm going back to men, I can see it happening. In the version of them that you're seeing on camera, that won't be the virgin. The version, I said virgin, but the version that the guys will be dating. There's a feminine side to all these butchy chicks, especially if they're attractive. Especially if they're attractive. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add a story side to the Patreon. It's like with electronics. Once you put it in, once you put in that paper clip and do that factory reset, absolutely correct. That's why young dudes call Peak Black Manosphere Edition. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Yes, sir. He said I cuss words as stopping me from going to heaven. No, I don't think cuss words will keep you from going to heaven. But presentation is everything. Like my brother say, perception is reality. Perception is reality. And if I'm I can't be talking about I'm a Christian, but every other word, you know how it is on the live stream. Every other word is a curse word. Have some couth, Dre. Dre, have some couth about yourself. He said, what did Thanos say at the end of in Endgame? He said, it brought you running back to me. That's true. Shout out to Thanos for that one. Yeah, but yeah, Yeah, probably for the private stream. Definitely. Really good LGBTQ. Shout out to St. Augustine. Lived in a brothel in St. Augustine. All right, let's continue on, gentlemen.
Problems in the relationship, but she's going to be more sensitive to that. Well, so if you put two women together, well, what do you think happens? So, I mean, it's one of the reasons.
Hey, the lesbians is checking the bitches now, y'all. Yeah. They checking the bitches now, too, y'all. They telling bitches get jobs. They tired of them. Yeah, they tired of them. They see we they agree with us still. They see what the fuck is going on. They sick of them. Tell them, yeah, man, bitch, get a job, clock in, get some money, bitch. Over here, it's just life, it's lesbian life's expensive. That's what they saying to them. Yeah. They on that side, hell yeah.
Women treat each other like shit, starting around age 12.
Yes.
Which I find concerning because you should be empowering or at least supporting each other.
Women hate each other. I think we were bred to hate each other.
Is it bred or is it something genetically?
Genetically, and then the society influence you to hate each other. So it's easy for men to control women when they are
Is it
hating
that,
each other.
or is it that they have this, frankly, delusion that's no longer the case in China, that males are a limited resource that they have to compete for?
Yes, I think so. I think it's just
Maybe the things will
coded
change
for women.
encoded.
Encoded,
Yeah, but you can fight against it, though. Why don't we encourage them to fight against that?
I feel like because it's so hard for women to rise, like when you rise up, it's so hard, and you just you try to empower other women, and you try, but they end up not grateful, and then they end up taking your husband. You're, you know what? All of you, I'm just gonna.
Did somebody take your husband?
I wish somebody took him.
I love the girlies so much because they know how to stand up. We got 297 likes. It's called Free Labor, a Domestic Slave. Next,
You see how
we got
women
41,000 called Overworked and
women call women who are happy taking care of their home free labor and domestic slave. That's the crazy part.
To rise, like when you rise up, it's
Yeah, she is a comedian. I think I have her in this video. Yeah, she is a comedian. Really funny too.
so hard, and you just you try to empower other women, and you try, but they end up not grateful, and then they end up taking your husband. You're like, you know what? All of you, I'm just gonna.
Did somebody take your husband?
I wish somebody took him.
I love the girlies so much because they know how to stand up. We got 297 likes. It's called Free Labor, a Domestic Slave. Next, we got 41,000 called Overworked and Underpaid. And the reason why I love you guys so much is because whenever a woman comes on here and shows how she loves her husband and or does things for her husband, you tear her down. And why I love you guys even more is because I know if that was a man who was coming home from a 9 to 5 and then decided to cook for his wife, you guys would say that's a king right there. I know some of you would say that's a good man, Savannah. If you guys can't catch the drift, women are just as big as hypocrites as men are. And what makes it even better, some of you want to be married. Some of you want to be in a relationship. Not saying it's everything, but you consume so much hatred on the internet that you don't even know that you've changed. If you truly think that you're not going to work and or do something throughout your day, and then either or of you are going to have to come home and cook, clean, and do something for the significant other, don't you ever get into a relationship.
And a mother and have lots of children and makes that her priority, they hate you for it.
And that's because the nature of female relationships is that women hate to see other women happy and hate to see them having something that they probably cannot attain on their own.
You think they hate to see us happy? Us men? They really hate to see other women happy.
Anyone can pick up a book and go and get degrees, but not everyone can go and get a good husband and build a big family. So let's start being honest about female relationships because for the most part, they are not healthy.
Women who get the most hate from other women are women who are in relationships and marriages. I am convinced that women hate men so much to where they will completely demean and pick apart a woman that absolutely loves her. You will be called pick-me's, you will be called stupid, you will be called everything in the world just because a single woman hates men so bad. Let's not even talk about the vile things that they will say about your spouse, right? And please keep in mind, all this is just coming from their own hatred and just simply because they hate men. They hate men so much. They will literally bully you out of your relationship.
That's crazy how, if she's correct, women dislike men so much that they will dislike your woman vicariously because she dislikes you. So women are being used to hate you as men by women who don't like men.
They will say the worst things possible to make you think that your man doesn't love you. Your man doesn't care about you. You need to go. He's treating you wrong. He's cheating on you. They will say everything in the world, right? Look at the Halle Bailey and DDG situation. When she was with him, y'all completely picked that woman apart. Y'all completely said the worst vile things about her, all because she was with him. But then the moment the relationship ended, those same women that spoke vile about her are those same women that praised her. Y'all praised her after she left. And y'all do that to a lot of women. I can name a lot of women that on this internet that I have seen that get bullied because they are with a man. Y'all are disgusting. And it's always the same single bitter women. Always the same women. Y'all literally regurgitate the same exact thing. So anyways, I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole, but I'm going to just say this. Any woman that's in a relationship and absolutely loves her man, loves her husband, whatever the case may be, don't let these bitter women, whether it's in real life or on the internet, bully you from leaving your man. That is your man. That is your relationship. You choose and you do whatever you see fit. Because those same women that's bitter and talking crap about you, 4 or 5 time baby mamas, they got so much stuff to say. I digress. But anyways, single women keep women single, and women will literally bully you because...
Are these not quotes and statements that men have been making for 40 years? Single women keep women single. Women bully women out of good relationships. We've been saying all this for years.
Because you are happy, healthy, thriving in a relationship, all because they absolutely hate men.
I saw this really cute video the other day of a guy unboxing the lunch that his girlfriend had made him, and he was so enthusiastic. She makes me a turkey sandwich every single day, but I love it. They're the best turkey sandwiches I've ever fucking had. I request them every day. He could not have been more appreciative. And every single one of the top comments were women shitting on him, being like, can't you make your own fucking lunch? Why doesn't she have a ring? Girlfriend, these are wifely duties. And then it's like sparking discourse in the comments of like, women, why are we doing wife things for boyfriends? How do you think you get the ring? In this era of sprinkle men or wallets, like, we have fucking lost the plot. Because straight up, what do you bring to the table? A relationship is a partnership. You should both be doing things for each other out of like the love and the goodness of your hearts. My boyfriend has chocolate banana bread waiting for him in the fridge. His full stocking and all of his presents are under the tree. And he made me custom stockings for my cats and one for me with our faces on it. And a handful of custom ornaments. If you refuse to do anything nice for your partner because you don't have a ring on your finger, you're not gonna get a ring on your finger.
I can bet my last dollar was a bunch of single mothers, bitter women, and women that can get a man but not retain one. I'm sure we all know the overall issue here. And
told y'all that y'all running rampant in the States with that word partner. Y'all love, instead of saying that man is your man or saying that's your husband, calling that man a partner. That's some US BS.
That issue is women keep women single. Women do not want to see the next man happy. Women do not want to see the next woman happy. They want you to be a part of their misery because misery loves company.
These very unhappy, career-driven, feminist women loathe happy trad wives because it bothers them that you chose as a trad wife potentially a path that was more traditional and feminine and didn't do all of this stuff that masculinized you, and that you found happiness in that. So they feel compelled to do the masculine path because society, feminist studies, whoever told them to do it, and they're festering on the inside. Really, does she look happy to you? They're festering, and then they look over at this woman like baking a pie on a Saturday afternoon in her house and just not have a lot else to worry about other than her home, and she doesn't have to worry about, paying the rent or paying the mortgage or whatever. And it bothers, it twists them. Like, you shouldn't be happy. You're a slave. You're enslaved by your husband. And these women don't feel that way. And they're like, no, actually, this is the life I chose. No, you didn't choose it. You got trapped, right? Because they can't rationalize that woman. They can't accept it. They can't accept that woman would be happy because that would force them to acknowledge that they were sold a bag of shit and now they're miserable.
I hate it when the girlies get online and they just want to talk about how much they love and like. That's a big one. They actually like their husbands. The girls get on here and they be so happy to share little sweet things about their husband. And then all them little bitter beads be in the comments talking about, you love him and like him because he does the bare minimum. Y'all have never had a man do the barest of the bare minimum for y'all, and that's why y'all so mad and y'all want to throw salt on these women. These women are happy, genuinely. And honestly, when we get on TikTok, it is a breath of fresh air to see content where the woman is not bitching and moaning about a man she refuses to leave. Maybe if a man held your hand once in a while, you wouldn't feel compelled to get your miserable ass in somebody's comments and throw salt on their relationship. You's a hater, bitch. And then on top of that, everything is bare minimum to y'all hoes. Everything that y'all have never received a day in your life is considered bare minimum. Y'all call everything bare minimum. That's why your ass ain't never had nothing in your life.
Miserable. In your life. She said in your life. Y'all have never had anything in your life. Like this young lady here celebrating, enjoying the fact that she got married and they hated on her. Wonder why the volume is down.
Men are, meaning women tend to see their group dynamics on a more equal level in both status and authority. Men, however, have always been defined by their hierarchies. From hunting thousands of years ago to running modern day corporations, the need for survival demands that men arrange themselves into a chain of command.
Obsidian said last week when I asked him about the gender war, he said women have been talking our lives and our father's lives and our grandfather's lives. It wasn't considered a gender war until men started talking.
Exactly.
And to know how feminized the culture and society is and how everybody's been brainwashed by this. Ladies don't view men talking inherently as the problem. They view men talking in a way that doesn't agree with women. Doesn't talk only favorably and only highlight women's positive behaviors. They're fine with that. That's why the panderers are taking all their money. That's why the black men and the men, that's why all the men that's on these microphones that are just telling women, girl, he don't deserve you, and if he won't do it, another man will. And you're reinforcing an ideology that there's nothing for her to change. The problem is the man. This is what so many of them think whenever a relationship ends, he's the narcissist.
Yes.
It's because they've been conditioned to. This is why so many of them don't apologize. Guys, if y'all see what we're talking about, it's rampant. The lack of accountability, the lack of apologies, everybody in my past is a narcissist. I felt threatened just because he disagreed with you. Men, they'll in the same sentence tell you about what a real man is and what men should do and what men's responsibilities are, and then also tell you stay out of women's business and don't talk about women. In their mind, it's not a double standard. The standard is we have one standard for women and we have a totally different standard for men, and it is a cohesive. It falls within the feminist gynocentric model. When you guys understand that it's not just about a lot of them are willfully just doing this. They have been trained since young girls to think and see the world through this lens. And how do we know that the culture has been feminized? Because when you go to other countries that are not westernized and have not been overly feminized, It is the exact opposite.
Yes.
It's the exact opposite. And it's like they'll simultaneously tell you why they'll reject a man. He's not tall enough. Like you said, he doesn't make 6 figures or more. He doesn't have a beard. He's not funny. He doesn't have this. He doesn't have that. And they'll have all these reasons for why they can disqualify you. But if they find out that you're dating outside of your race, culture, or outside of the country, they have an issue with that. And now they have to pathologize and say that you're evil and trying to take advantage of these women.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They will say that we're going to other countries, taking advantage of these women, that we're down here doing so many evil things. They will say anything except for admitting to themselves that if they would have just listened to what Kevin Samuels has to say, follow the blueprint that he laid down for them, they would have had a husband. They would have been happily married. I was just listening to a clip, right, of Kevin Samuels, not even an hour before the show. Kevin Samuels was interviewing a young lady, or lady, she was 38, well, 40 years old. And this 40-year-old woman had divorced her husband like 6 or 7 years prior. They had 3 kids. He was her high school sweetheart. All 3 kids were from him. She didn't have to lift a finger to work, just take care of the kids. He made sure she had all the money. Kevin Samuels was like, why'd you divorce your husband at 27? Now notice, at this time period, she divorced him at 33. Kevin asked her, why would you divorce your husband at 33 years old, the father of your 3 children? She says, I was young. 33 years old? Kevin said you had everything that 75% of all women will never have, and that's a husband to help you raise children. And then she went on to say, well, I talk to my ex-husband every day. So he said, you're getting all the marriage benefits without the sexual responsibilities. And you expect another man to come into your life, help you take care of 3 kids by another man that you're communicating with every day, even though your children are older, it can talk to their dad themselves. No man is going to come for that. And what you need to do, Kevin Samuels said, you need to get some knee pads and go crawling back to your husband, because no man is going to deal with a 40-year-old woman with 3 kids who communicates with her ex-husband every single day about issues that have very little to do with the children, because the children are older. These are not young children they have now. That's the sad part. These women are destroying themselves. Shout out to International Quiet Storm, the International Quiet Storm. He said, Dre, Kevin Samuels channel does a live premiere on the first Friday of every month. He said, I be there to protect his channel. He said, I count at least 20 women from each premiere that only say in the chat, Kevin's teaching saved my marriage. Kevin's teaching saved my marriage. I could believe that, because just listen to the one that I heard tonight. The women that were married that probably heard several times. Because think about how many times Kevin said, "Go back to your husband. Go back to your husband." I bet you there are a lot of women that were about to leave their husbands, listen to an interview of women that did leave their husbands, and they say, "You know what? Let me take this plan and throw it in the trash, because I am not leaving my husband. I see what it's like to be on the other side by watching these women on Kevin Samuels. And so I can see a lot of women that did not destroy their marriages from watching some of the women that did destroy their marriages and ended up on Kevin Samuels." Zeta said that. He said, destroying themselves, but still blame men. Yep. Facts, no printer. Good one. He said, I was young, 33 years old. Couldn't believe it. 33 years old. She said, well, I was young. Kevin said, no man is about to tolerate you. No man. You had everything. And Kevin said something that made a great point. He said, men realize when they ask you what happened with your marriage, you know, you're on a date with them and the guy says, well, what happened with your marriage? And you tell this story that you left your husband who did all these things for you. Kevin said to the lady, the average man is going to say, if you leave your high school sweetheart, the father of your children, that easily, what would you do to me? Kevin said, you ain't gonna never have no man other than your child's father. Because men realize if you would do that to your child's father, your high school sweetheart, a true provider, a good man, did he ever cheat on you? No, he never cheated on you. Did you ever cheat on him? No, you never had a reason to cheat on him. And you thought that you could come out here and do better than what you had. Well, if you have that mentality, then men are going to say, what's stopping you from having that same selfish mentality now? And no man is going to trust a 40-year-old woman with his future. No man. Let's continue on, gentlemen. These women are delusional.
It's because literally in their mind, there's a standard for women and it's a standard for men. And feminism and this whole gynocentric model was never about equality.
No.
It was always about female power and influence and the ability to shape culture to be at the benefit of and the advantage of women. And only the women that agree with them.
Exactly.
Not the women who don't.
Curse them. I've been having it for years. Why do we as men not pick up the phone when we're going through stuff and call a...
Now, let's look at how men treat each other. For the most part, we're not perfect beings and we don't treat each other perfectly. But over the grand scheme, men treat each other differently than women do. Shout out to my brother, Perception is Reality. He said this. He said, I cannot stand that negative propaganda. My chick in Jamaica is in her early 30s with a career at the water department, used to work for the government, never asked me for anything but to call her before she go to bed. It is so different when you have a woman from outside the United States in the westernized mindset. It's so crazy. Barry says this. Shout out to Barry in the building. He said she thought that she can do better while men give her wide birth. Yep, that's it. She thought she could do better, and now she in the streets getting smashed. Kevin said, since you talk to your husband every day, you need to be get some knee pads and go back to your husband.
Another man that we know knows what we're going through to talk to. That's the problem. I got you. But you understand what I'm saying?
Because the reciprocal of understanding, or as men, we don't know how the other one may receive.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem. And not only that, if I can humbly say, and it's my humble opinion, you know, it's because people OGs on it, they know everything. Most of the time they don't. It's I've been a student in this dude. Like y'all have been great teachers. Man, me too. I listen to. So what I'm saying though, watch the question. And then you know what we also realize too, though, D, we also know the amount of mental and emotional real estate it takes to be a man. And a lot of times we don't want to call nobody else because we know how much it takes. I know you're going to why am I even get you? Nigga, why am I calling you? Why am I calling you? We're going to be on the phone for 2 days. All the kind of
See how men talk to each other? Give me a call. You ain't got to go through it alone. If you're going through something, talk to me. You see how men talk to each other? To let them know, hey, bro, you're not alone. You ain't by yourself. You ain't the only one. One of the reasons why I am so transparent, sometimes to a fault, because I'll see guys on Facebook, I'll see a lot of guys on other YouTube channels and other platforms, and even other women take some of the stuff that I'll say to you guys on this live stream, and I know I put it on social media, so hey, if it's out there, it's out there to be criticized and critiqued. I understand. But I don't care. A lot of times I'll say things, whether it be a story, whether something from the past or something from the present, is because I know I'm not the only one. Men that have and men that don't have know that life is going to keep lifing for us all. Every week I'm on the phone with one of you guys. Either you're encouraging me or I'm encouraging you every single week. This is how men are, especially men that travel. We know that our moms aren't travelers like we are. Our dads aren't travelers like we are. Family and maybe not even most of our friends are travelers like we are. So we don't have too many people that in our inner circle that can relate to us. Not the way that we need to be related to as men and or women that travel. And so a lot of times we do communicate to each other like those men at the table to make sure that we're all right. I'll call you guys just to call and make, hey, you good? I haven't heard from you in a couple of weeks. I know you moved down here to Cali. Oh, Dre, no, I'm good. I'm just getting my furniture for my apartment, or I moved into a different Airbnb or whatever. I'm taking my salsa classes. I just called just to check in. Women, they ain't doing all that. They aren't doing all that. That's the crazy part. Women spend more time being jealous and envious of women that they can't come together like they should. That's why I'm glad and I enjoy being a man in this atmosphere.
Hey, this is wrong. Hey, hold on. Hold on. You wanted a nugget from me? I'm gonna give it to you real quick though. You said you think Kirk holding back. One thing I can say that I think kind of leans in his face. That's why I get so disappointed with Christianity in America, because that's what the community of church was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a place where you can pull up and be like, woo, 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 woo. But now it's such a judgmental, yes, critical place that you can't. But that was God's intent for me. It was never supposed to be a house of perfect people. It was always supposed to be a hospital. Talk your talk.
Have you seen that trend of dad supporting dads and dudes supporting dudes? I'm hopping on that trend. You follow me, I'm gonna follow you right back. I'm gonna go to your last video. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna comment, like, and I'm gonna follow you. And you might even see some cool shit. Dad supporting dads.
You told an interviewer that you have learned to, in your words, love the thing that I most wish had not happened. I remember. You went on to say, what punishments of God are not gifts? Do you really believe that? Yes. That you have learned to, in your words, love the thing that I most wish had not happened. I remember because I've heard.
And you just sit back and you just see two men just having a conversation about just, two famous men. Doesn't matter who they are. That's the cool part, when men are just in front of each other, just being transparent, talking about life and the challenges of being a man and the challenges of life. Like the one just said, he said, Stephen said this, he said, or Stephen said this, he said, existence is the privilege. And what comes along with existence, the challenges and the ups and downs of life. Men can say that to men. Women will say that, but it's not fair. But. See how men talk to each other? We can have on shorts and t-shirts, or we can have on suits. And men understand men. I think my favorite part about being a man is this. Y'all ready? And I mean this. It's always been my favorite part of being a man. No matter what country I go to, basically most men can relate to me. Most men go through the same ups, downs, ins, outs. We all can relate to each other. We can pretend like it's different languages, different that. But if you interview enough men in another country, they can show you they go through the same ins and outs and ups and downs with their women that we go through with ours. They go through the same thing with politicians. They go through the same thing with economics. They go through the same thing with their kids and life expectations. That's probably my favorite part of being a man is being a man is so easy to define compared to womanhood. Womanhood is so abstract and so all over the place. Is this type of woman, that type of men? We are so simple. We are so simple. You could take an Asian dude, a Latin dude, and a black dude, put us in the same room. If we have at least a little bit of conversation or overcome the language barrier, we basically gonna be drinking beers and talking the same thing that we always do. Every country I've gone to, I've met men from different languages, different parts of the world, and we're basically the same. That's the part that makes me feel comfortable about manhood. I don't feel alone because everything is not all over the place when it comes to what being a man is about. Your version of manhood is somewhat equivalent to my version. My version is equivalent somewhat to another man's version. Another man's version is somewhat equivalent to. That's why when women sit back and say, well, every man is not like that, babe. Yes, every man is like that. It'll be a percentage of men that's not like that, but most men are this, or most men are that. That's what I love about being a man. When we sit back and we say, sisters, yeah, most men don't agree with that. You don't even know most men. Baby, men are so simple that when we say about us that most of us don't like this or don't like that, we don't need to meet everybody. Men are that simple, that easy to understand and define. And I think that's one of the gifts that we have that allows us to be able to get along with each other. Because no matter how much a man try to lie and pretend, men know when you're lying and you pretending. Men know when another man is trying to save face. Men know when another man is just trying too hard. Men know when another man is going through struggles, ups and downs. He's having a good day, bad day, because it's all relatable to other men. I think that's my favorite part of being a man, as far as being a part of the group, as far as the species of men. We are not hard men. We're not hard beings to define. We understand President Trump as much as we understand our uncle down the street. Take away the positions and the prestige, and most of us are basically the same. And we are at that point in manhood, we still try our best to give advice to each other without tearing down each other. We'll talk to the younger generation without trying to hurt their feelings. We'll get advice from the older generation who are not trying to hurt our feelings. Men still try to give advice and encourage men. Where women are out there just fighting each other and telling each other, girl, you don't know what you're talking about. Men don't talk like that. Not real men. Not as good men. Shout out to my man TCG, you in the building. Glad to see you here. He said the moment men began to share without restraints, that will be the day the world shifts. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. KP says this. He said, yep, I can have a conversation all day and not know each other. We can meet each other in the gym or in the grocery store. We could be sitting, check it out. We could be sitting in a mall. Your wife and your girlfriend is in that same store shopping. I'm sitting on a bench. I ain't doing nothing. My wife could be shopping in that same store. We can strike up a conversation and time can go by like that. That's manhood. We never met each other before, but we relate to each other so much to where women don't have that dynamic globally. Women don't have that dynamic globally. No matter what country that we land in, guys, somehow, some way we can relate to the guys. I have yet to go to the country to see men that I couldn't relate to in one way or another. It was always something grassroots about any country I've gone to that I could relate to the men. They're like, that sounds like us. That sounds like us. Oh, this Sean, shout to Sean. I know that was Sean. Glad to see that you're here, Sean. Sean D. Upshaw of the Upshaw family. Sean, if you got a link to your YouTube channel, make sure that you drop the link to your channel. Sean just launched a channel called This Could Get Ugly. That's a real good YouTube name about relationships. This Could Get Ugly. So make sure you guys subscribe to his YouTube channel. And make sure you drop the link tonight so guys can subscribe, Sean. Seda says this: older men, when they grow in life, seeing themselves in younger men who are trying to seek understanding, were relatable and simple. Relatable and simple. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. You say that is why men respect hierarchy, is because that we can relate to each other no matter what level we're on. Absolutely correct. International Quiet Storm says this. He said, I know older. He say, I know I'm older now. Not a full OG, but trending toward unk level. Shout out to all you unks out there. He say, it is my honor to have passed down my life experiences to younger men, especially the mistakes that I made, so that they don't make them as well. We're going to see tonight that how we talk and how we're talking now is completely different from how older women and how they treat younger women. They think that they're doing themselves. They think that when they give advice to younger women, that they're warning them about men. That's the crazy part. G-Lock in the building. Glad to see that you being here. He says it's a very creative name for a channel. Yes, this could get ugly. So make sure you drop the link, Sean. Even for your Facebook. And Corporal S.T. Smith himself. He says this. He said, once again, it's time for Love Crossing Borders. Now, let's go. Yes, sir. Let's have a good evening, gentlemen. Let's continue on with the video.
Those from is that, and it's an oddly guilty feeling.
It doesn't mean you are happy.
I don't want it to have happened. I want it to not have happened.
Right.
But if you are grateful for your life, which I think is a positive thing to do, not everybody is, right. And I'm not always, but it's the most positive thing to do, then you have to be grateful for all of it. You can't pick and choose what you're grateful for. And then, so what do you get from loss? You get awareness of other people's loss.
Well, that's true.
Which allows you to connect with that other person, right. Which allows you to love more deeply and to understand what it's like to be a human being, if it's true that all humans suffer. Right. And so, at a young age, I suffered something so that by the time I was in serious relationships in my life, with friends, or with my wife, or with my children, is that I have some understanding that everybody is suffering, and however imperfectly acknowledge their suffering, and to connect with them, and to love them in a deep way that not only accepts that all of us suffer, but it also then makes you grateful for the fact that you have suffered, so that you can know that about other people. And that's what I mean. It's about the fullness of your humanity. What's the point of being here and being human if you can't be the most human you can be? I'm not saying best, because you're going to be a bad person and a most human. I want to be the most human I can be. And that involves acknowledging and ultimately being grateful for the things that I wish didn't happen, because they gave me a gift.
Look at all these books. I'm gonna give you one.
In this video posted to TikTok, Ring Video shows UPS driver Kyle is dropping off copies of the book Call Me First, a man's blueprint to true leadership at home.
I have to get a copy of that book. So his book is called Call Me First. Call Me First. Before you do anything crazy, call me first. Oh man, is dropping off books.
To its author, Damian Lewis, and gets gifted a copy. Well, the UPS driver read it and days later returned to Damian's home to tell him how much he loved the book.
Man, I just wanted to say the book is really good.
Hey, what's up, Kyle? Man, thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
The moment meant something to both of them. Damian tells us this book doing well was his last chance to pay the bills. And after this, over 9,000 copies have been sold.
I feel blessed beyond anything I could ever expected.
There's two things I love about this story. One is having two men support each other. Having a man giving a book out, just realizing, you know what, I wrote something great, and it can impact other men. And the fact that that man read it so quickly and came back and said, you know what, this is fantastic. This is great. In addition to that, the fact that this went viral and the book started selling right when the guy was ready to give up, that is a God-given moment right there. That is a God-given moment where God is saying, you know what, keep grinding, keep being there. I'm going to put some people in front of you, and we're going to do this, guys. If you devote yourself to your mission, your passion, I tell you what, when God shows up, it is amazing what blessings will come to your lives, guys. And the other thing is, keep supporting each other. We need more men that are backing men to make sure that we're impacting this world and helping each other get to where we need to. Love it.
When your neighbor becomes your new drinking buddy.
It's a man thing right there. That's a man thing right there. Your neighbor becomes your drinking buddy. I ain't mad at him. He said, I got the bottle, let's do this. That's a man thing right there. Women only talk about women from across the street. They'll gossip about each other. They'll look down about each other across the street. A man is coming across the street with the drink in hand.
Ian.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm your neighbor. Open your door, brother.
I'm not home. I'll be home in like 10 minutes.
Oh, who's all these cars out front? I thought you were home.
Oh, yeah. I have people that are with me right now, but I'll be home in like 10 minutes.
Yo, brother, I'm bringing a bottle of whiskey over. We're gonna figure this out, right?
Right.
Where you at?
I'm at the grocery store.
Get home, brother.
All right,
we're gonna drink this stuff.
I'll be home soon.
We're drinking.
Right.
All right. I'll see you in a few minutes, right?
All right.
All right. See you then.
Let it out. Don't hold it back.
Make sure you guys support, as we're talking about tonight at this particular junction, men supporting men. Well, one of the things that we can do is support our brother Sean D. Upshaw with his new YouTube channel, which is This Could Get Ugly podcast. He had the first show last week, and he's going to be having another show coming up. So make sure that you guys support, man. Men supporting men. Like my man AMSM always says, a man supporting men. Glad you guys are here to support.
Let it out. It's too heavy. You ain't supposed to carry it anyway. Let it go. So this is what we need, and that's God. You need to cry, and you need a man with you. Because I cried. My wife didn't always smile like that, brothers. She would say things to me, hit me so hard I'd knock holes in the wall. God said, you ain't ruled your emotions yet. You ain't handled your soul. It costs, it hurts, but this is what it takes. This brother's soul needs to let that stuff go. We got to stop pretending. The soul is begging to cry. I need to release this. You'll be so much more effective and powerful.
One of my fraternity brothers, older, his name Paul Buckley, came to campus to visit us, and he gave me a hug. You feel me? I don't know, we gave me this tight hug. And something about it just like released a certain emotion. And I thought about it, it's like we never talked about the love that a man needs from another man, which is like our pops and older figures. It's some things that a child only could learn from their father. And there's a certain love, like a man hug, bro, is different. You feel me? We hug our mom and everything, but a man hug, we never talk about that love that a man could show. If you ever see a video of a father and his son crying, that drink powerful. Because often we taught to bottle up emotion. So if you see us crying with our pops, that's really an emotional state. And that's powerful. So like we don't emphasize as much in the importance of men. We contribute much more than just money. We contribute wisdom, guidance, support, love.
That's right.
All these things we help to build a foundation. But we not often told that. We made it seem like the only thing we contribute to this world is monetary. As men, we got to understand that what we contribute in our value is not just money. Because you could lose money anytime. And there was a time where our family formation wasn't contingent just upon money itself. We're like a man, bro. You know what I mean? So I always try to emphasize that don't let nobody or the society, your intimate partner, make you feel like the only thing you contribute is your money. You contribute much more than just that.
That's a good word, bro. That is a good word, bro.
How you feel about that? Your relationship with women.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. That's important. Money.
Bro is not gonna let you crash out. A bro is not gonna be the one to send you out there and do something, like I said, something dumb, something ignorant that you can't ever take back. A bro is not gonna let that happen to you. You know, if you can think in your head, if something ever happened, be like, damn, you know what? If I was with bro, this probably shit never would have happened, because he always does this, these precautions. Or he knows this, and he can figure it. We could have got it. Like, it's so much stuff. But that's what I'm saying. Your bros should be resourceful as fuck. Bros should be resourceful as fuck. Now I'm cussing a little bit because I'm like, I need more bros in my life. When shit go down, you need bros. You need to cry. Go to your bros and cry so they can sympathize with you for a minute, and if you crying too long, slap the shit out of you. All right, bro, let's go. Get back to it. Get on. Let's I'm not saying everything. I'm talking about small things, people. Small things that you be like, bro, all right, I understand this the first time this happened to you, but this really ain't nothing. You can shake back from this. Let's go back. Let's get it. You know what? Put a plan in effect. This is a test. That's like, yeah, let's get back. You know, and then you can use them friends who are resourceful to help you get back on your feet. So those tough tests, man, those tough times, bro, you're gonna find out who your bros really is.
No, what's up? Come have some coffee with you? Yeah, man, come on over.
When you see the women neighbors, they always arguing with each other, fussing and cussing with each other. You can I can find easily hundreds of videos of women that are neighbors arguing with each other. But then you got men that are just sharing a cup of coffee with each other, no matter what age, no matter what stage of life. AMSM, a man supporting men. When men or women who don't like what you have to say or post, they'll see my name and say, look at his IG name, he's gay. I just laugh at them. Sign language. Yeah, absolutely correct. Shame, insults, guilt, and they have a need to be right. Nazareth of the Way, shout out to you, Nazarene. He say friends are nearly as important as, if it's not as important as, a romantic relationship. Absolutely correct. You should have your friends, your colleagues. He said, I take them the same care with friendships as I do with relationships. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. He said that's because those are little boys and little girls. Good point.
Megan and the baby are asleep, so it's my one time in the morning to get out and relax, you know? Yeah, I'm just starting to move around a bit. Yep.
work my protocol.
Guys, biggest takeaway, biggest highlight of this is the fact that all men need relationships. All men need companionship. Somebody to have a coffee with, to have, if you want to have a beer with, whatever that is. Doesn't matter the age. That man just wanted to have a conversation. Probably lonely at his house, if he understood the compassion or the companionship that he needed in his life at his age. And I love the fact that this younger man met him at his needs, guys. Fellowship with other men, break bread with other men, talk to other men, have substantial conversations rather than just surface level. And it's amazing what you can learn and also what you can impact from each other. Love it.
Now, this is what I'm talking about. This man supporting men trend I'm seeing on TikTok, it's about time. Shout out to all the amazing women out there who've been supporting each other for years. And y'all wonder why these dope women creators and businesses and events blow up. It's because they show up for each other. They invest in each other. They celebrate each other. And that's the blueprint that we need to follow. So in 2025, it's our turn. If you see a brother who's down, lift him up. If you see a brother that's fallen, be a shoulder that he can lean on. Celebrate the brothers out there who doing positive things. If he building something, if he putting in the work and he chasing his dreams, give him his flowers. And if he's got a business that resonates with you, don't just hit the like button. Buy something. Support him in a way that makes an impact. This isn't about competition. It's about collaboration. The same way we've seen these women rise together, we can do that too. Because when we uplift each other, we're not just building individuals, we're building communities, we're building legacies, we're building a culture of brotherhood. So make sure that you follow, like, comment, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Let's keep this movement going.
But where it gets interesting is that even women are more willing to accept the authority of a man over another woman. This is perfectly reflected in a Gallup survey back in 2014, which revealed that more than 39% of women outright say they prefer a male boss at work rather than a female one.
This question is for Black women in high position and are able to, be a good mentor to other Black women who wants to be where they are.
This is another. Now we're going back to the ladies and how the ladies treat each other. And we're going to take a look at how women treat each other in the workplace.
Why is it you all give other Black women such a hard time? Why you all are always creating, some of you all are always creating such a hostile environment or creating an environment for no room to grow for other Black women? There's always just this hostility. Why?
I keep seeing them, the TikToks, the posts, the comments that say this. Black women are the worst supervisors ever. And I learned how not to lead from Black women. And I will never work for a Black woman again. And the ones that really get me are the ones when I see Black women specifically saying that their worst leadership experiences were under other Black women, that they feel unsupported, disrespected, sabotaged, and even hated. And every time I hear it, it does something to me. Not because I don't believe people have had their bad experiences, but because I know the conversation is deeper than just bad leadership. I'll never forget when my boss told me that I needed to be more of a bitch.
Like, my experience when I would go to a job interview was like, if there was a Black woman, for example, on the other side interviewing me, I'd be like, oh, I'm definitely not getting it. Why? Really? That person works at a company where they're probably the only one or a few of the only one. They're the only woman, the only person of color. You're a reflection on them. And so they got to be extra, like toughness dialed up. And at least in my experience, my biggest allies in business and people who have helped me lean towards being men over women. And it's like an unfortunate.
That's very common. As I was doing research for this video, women were saying that the number one ally that they had in their career were men. Not men trying to sleep with them, not men trying to hustle them, just men that mentored them or gave them recommendations or suggestions or made sure that they were doing their job correctly and efficiently. So many women I came across were saying that men had their backs. But when it came to women, especially in Black women, think about it. Let's be honest. This sister is talking to on an interview, talking to white women about what she goes through with Black women. Let that had been a Black man on that panel. Let that have been a black man talking to white women about what he goes through with black women. The comment section would have been on fire. But a black woman can talk about black women to white women with no issues in the United States. You caught that? Don't let that slide by. In the United States. Have a good one, brother. Have a good one. He said, I can imagine the smoke he would get in the comments. Absolutely correct. The African Wolf says this. He said, I recommend vouch for 6 black women to be moved into leadership positions at the company I work for. That's the crazy part. But if a sister would have never done that for 6 black women. That's very rare.
Fortunate. I will say it's the same for me. The worst things that have happened to me in the workplace have happened from women. When you feel like you are wearing that role and there can only be one woman, then you feel like there's more competition against the other women. And so it's important for all of us to look at that and say, like, we're not going to fall into that. There can be so many of us.
The worst experience I've had in my life when it comes to working for a certain boss was working for a black woman. You know, I mean, that was the worst experience in my entire fucking life. You know what I'm saying? I felt helpless during this time. I'll never forget, I was in Poland. My captain, my OIC, officer in charge, she was a black woman. It's like I had no clue what I was doing wrong, but I was always doing something fucking wrong. And that's what it's like when you're working for a lot of black women. You don't know what the fuck you're doing wrong, but for some reason, you're always doing something fucking wrong.
And I hate to be the one to say this, but having a boss that's an older black woman is the most depressing psychological warfare that you could ever experience.
I love y'all black women, but we got to talk about this. And my first question for older black women is, why do y'all feel the need to compete with younger black women in work environments when you are way further beyond them? Instead of y'all looking at us as, you know what, these are potential women that can be my mentees. I can mentor them. I can, you know, walk them through the ins and the outs. I can actually show them the way. Y'all see us as threats, and it makes the work environment so hostile and uncomfortable.
And just speaking from a personal perspective, when I was working a job like a 9-to-5, I always preferred a male boss. These numbers have only recently started to shift due to a lot of societal pressures in the Western world, but they still remain a reality in most other societies. Do you see how this creates 2 forms of competition? Women with this more egalitarian view of themselves makes them less likely to accept the leadership from another woman. This is also why small attempts to one-up each other creates a friction that simmers into hidden jealousy and hatred inside.
I've said, generally, I don't think women like other women. And when I say that, I'll mean this. Go get one, bro.
Let me get a drink for that real quick.
Go get one. And the reason why I say I don't think women like other women is because as a woman, if we were to bring in 3 more women in here right now, instantly the women are going to be sizing you up. They're going to be looking at your hair. They're going to be looking at your shoes. They're going to be looking at what you're wearing. They're going to be and in their head, they're creating a whole scenario of, what kind of woman is this? And then when you start speaking, they're going to be like, oh, what? She thinks that she's this, women generally see other women as competition, right? And so what happens is that what happens when women don't like other women is that because of the competitive nature, who are they competing for? They're competing for men.
Wow.
The man. So a woman will look at your jacket and be like, oh, that's not even the right shade of brown.
It's true. I've seen it.
They just start saying things.
They'll make beef out of
nothing. Which is why women change their friends every 3 months.
Every new circle.
Because women don't like other women. They see other women as competition. The only time men see men as competition is when it comes to success.
Yeah.
They don't see a man. I'm not looking at your hair thinking, I'm bored. Oh, man's got hair. You don't get this guy. It's just like he's just different from me. Do you know what I mean? I just think women generally do not like other women, and I think that plays into like the dating market, the marriage, and I think that's the reason why Ali got so much hate
because they're not in her position,
right?
And they're hating on that,
right?
Because they.
Ladies, I'm talking to you. Stop staring at other women. I'm a hypocrite. I admit it. I look at other women. I check out their little, you know what I'm talking about, and I look at my husband to see if he's looking when I expect him not to be looking. Like, how am I gonna look when I expect him not to look? I don't do it out of lust, but I do it out of comparison. So that was a conviction for me. So don't do it.
Females need to stop doing that thing where they automatically catch an attitude because somebody's staring at them. Because personally, this is just my face. We've already established that. It just be me mugging for no reason. Secondly, you fine, baby girl. You're fine. Let me look. The fuck? Why you mad? Nah, I'm mad because you mad. And all I want to do is tell you cute. Dang.
So, we ain't gonna talk about how that girl was looking at you in the store?
What girl you talking about?
But don't play stupid. You know exactly who I'm talking about. The girl with the blonde hair and had on some damn rain boots.
Oh, my stepdad, I don't know who that girl was, and I can't help who the hell she want to look at.
Oh, but you know what girl I'm talking about, don't you? Because she sure as hell could keep her eyes off your ass.
Hey, you go with that bullshit.
I mean, if you got a side chick, just say that. Because we got some bills her ass can pay.
But don't nobody say that one dude be looking at your ass, though.
This ain't got nothing to do with me.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye. Do you understand?
TikTok, I got a question. Why when I go in a restaurant, why do women always stare at other women and don't say nothing? Like, hey, how you doing? The fuck you keep looking at me for?
I have a question. Why are there females that get so intimidated when they see another woman well put together? Then they start saying things like, oh, she thinks she's all that? Does she think she's all that? Or do you think you're less than her? That's the real question.
Why women hate on each other.
People only slut shame attractive women. You don't see there are many unattractive women who are also sleeping with lots and lots of men. But what happens with women, they only feel the need to shame when the person is a threat in any way, shape or form. You will not see unattractive women get as many trolls as attractive women online. And you will not get unattractive women who sleep around get as many slut shaming comments. They're not a threat. So essentially what intersexual selection does is it makes women use verbal aggression against one another, but only if she's a threat. If she's not a form of threat, we actually turn it into praise, because then it works to actually be friends with women, because you can share breastfeeding, child rearing in evolutionary terms. If she is any form of threat, she can potentially take your partner and take your resources. So whenever women are slut shaming and stuff, they usually focus on the women that they think that their partner would find attractive. So they might not slut shame, let's say for example, it's an Englishman, they might not slut shame the workers in Thailand and stuff like that, but they would slut shame the local OnlyFans girls because it's more of a threat. So essentially we verbally attack those that we see as the biggest threat, and that will reduce the ability of us to secure resources from a man.
Have you ever heard of what's sometimes called the queen bee syndrome? Any woman who's worked in a female-led environment can attest to this. The girl boss is often ironically the one belittling and excluding other women in the workplace, almost trying to guard her leadership position like a queen bee. A woman that finds herself in a position of authority over other women isn't so eager to let those other women climb that same ladder and challenge her. And as the gap between their status widens, the mask of empowered feminism drops and the hidden bitchy behavior starts to strongly manifest in an effort to bring other women down.
Our culture switched. And like when I was growing up, I used to want to be like Felicia Rashad. Like I remember Maya Angelou, she told me she was proud of me for what I was doing. I was like, oh my God, like that was a big deal to me.
Now we're going to go into the part where we see older women are competing with the younger women. And why are they doing this?
Right? Because I looked up to women that were older, but at this point, older women want to be younger.
Yep.
Right. So you have 40-year-old women and 46-year-old women trying to look like and act like the 23-year-old. Then how do you know? Because when you're young, you don't think there's consequences, right?
Yeah.
The only way you know there's consequences is someone, like you said, the OG pulls you to the side and is like, look. So I feel like the problem is in our culture specifically, like we don't value experience and age. Like I look to those women for what I want it to be. But there's nobody like that now. Like now, I mean, there are some, there's some amazing, but really the culture is chasing youth. So it's like backwards. The older women want to be young. That's the only thing. Like, there are women, and this is no disrespect, but no women in their 60s getting BBLs. Like,
that's crazy.
What is happening? What are we doing? So how can a woman who's 23 trust your leadership if you're trying to look like her? Felicia Rashad wasn't trying to look like, I was trying to be like her. But if she was on the stage with, her butt out and trying to look like me, then I wouldn't have respected her. So I feel like of course people don't believe there's consequences because the older people are lying. They're lying. They're chasing the same thing. So you have rappers in their 40s and 50s getting into beef with Kodak Black. Like that makes no sense. There should be, like, in order to lead, you have to lead by example. Yeah. And to me, everybody is chasing the youth, the younger culture, which makes them disrespect. Why would I look at you? You want to be like me.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Older women be hating on younger women. They be hit this one on their ass when they see them. You see that older woman? Look.
So I came across this. This young lady was asking the question, why are older women trying to compete with younger women? She said that they're competing for the same men. They're competing by having the exact same look. They're competing by trying to see who can get to the club first and the fastest. She said 50 and 60-year-old women are getting BBLs. And instead of imparting wisdom and knowledge to the younger generation, what they're trying to do is compete with that generation. I want to answer this question. It's because women in their 40s and some of them in their late 30s and 50s waited too long to get the man that they wanted. They thought that they had all the time in the world, wasted their 20s, wasted their 30s. So now they're going after the same men that the women in their 20s want, because that's the type of man that they want. The men in their 40s are taking women in their 20s all day, every day, twice on Sundays, especially if they have no kids or they only have one. The competition is thick, and I've been saying this for quite some time. The biggest problem is you got women who are not supposed to be in the dating market in it, and it's creating a supply and demand problem. So the top echelon men are just smashing everybody. 20s, 30s, 40s, the hot 50-year-olds, they smashing everybody. Because you got women who've been married for 20 years, should still be married, but they left because they were bored. Or because, quote unquote, they weren't happy. Happiness resides inside of you. You need to make changes within yourself. It's not your partner's fault. It's on you. That's why we have a competition, because women that should be in committed relationships waited too long, and now they're past the age of having kids, or it's going to be very difficult. And women that want a certain type of man are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. So you got so much competition. And the issue is for men, can she have babies for me? Can she create a family for me? So men will go through and smash everybody. And then at the end of the day, when they're 45, 47, like my cousin, they'll marry a woman who's 28, 29.
These older females, they don't like younger females. I'm not gonna lie to you, for all these young females, they got a lot of shit going on with themselves. They got a lot of emotion. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of these older females, it was a little bit too late for them to actually realize, like, it's a lot of money out here. So they trying to get to it, but it's too late. All these younger females, today 20s to like 25, a lot of them have a lot of shit locked in, like a lot of emotion. I'm not gonna lie to you, but this generation. Everybody know how to make money. Everybody locked in to making money, locked in to getting on their shit, getting everything they need to get. You feel me? But the generation before us, hell no, they wasn't that serious. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some people was serious. A lot of people, hell no. We in this generation now that people serious than a bitch. They realize they gotta get their shit together. They gotta get their money on. That's go for everybody and their mama. So when an older female see a younger female, they just gonna hate on their ass off the rip.
There's conversation going on about these women competing with one another. So it's this thing with younger women feel like older women are competing against them and vice versa. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have that experience, but there are some older women out here trying to compete with young women. It is. And I think the reason why some of these younger women feel that way is because some of these older women are sitting up and worrying about what these young women doing. I'm speaking because I have a daughter that's 21, and she has had some experiences like this. And I'm just like, you're old enough to be her grandmama. Like, why the hell are you worried about what she's doing? personally, I don't give a damn what none of these young girls are doing. It ain't got nothing to do with me, you know. But I think that's why it's perceived that way, that older women are trying to compete with some of these younger women, because the comments that you say, some of the things you say to these younger women is condescending. I mean, at the end of the day, I understand we a new generation, new time, but there's a way that you talk to people. I feel like as older women, we should be teaching these younger women things if they're willing to listen, okay? So we should be teaching them certain things that we know versus trying to downplay them.
And how does this pan out? I remember Jordan Peterson once made a really, really great point about female antisocial behavior. Women take the route of innuendos, gossip, and reputation destruction as a primary channel for their anger and despise. Now, what's unique about this is it's often hidden in plain sight. Unlike men who have the threat of physical violence behind every level of conflict, women that hate each other take the covert route, spreading rumors, sending up a bad report, subtle insults, and social isolation. It's this brewing toxic pot that keeps simmering, sometimes ending in a rare but all-out catfight. Men, on the other hand, can hardly afford to be their own enemies. Men, whether it be on the front lines of war or the boardroom of a dying company, they would rather defer their authority and follow the lead of a more competent man if it's for the greater good. And in the event a disagreement does happen between them, due to the very real threat of each side having the ability to completely destroy each other because both sets of men have innate physical strength, issues usually maintain a certain level of decency until their final moment. This hard line doesn't exist to the same degree among women. So when I say that women hate each other, that's what I mean. Unlike men who can throw punches at each other but then laugh it out later, female antisocial behavior spills over in the atmosphere and seeps into every single fabric. From tones to gestures to choice of words, it goes unnoticed but yet infects their behavior and interaction very discreetly. And most often it stays in that state because this festering anger, jealousy, and bitter competitiveness never gets an opportunity to release its pressure.
And there we go. Women secretly hate each other. It's sad to say that in 2026 that the competition and on every level that we looked at, from the LGBTQ all the way until corporate America, women and the older ladies, they still don't like each other. I remember seeing this in the church. I kid you not. The number one place that I saw it coming up as a kid was in the black church. You have the church mothers with the big hats, matching outfits. The hat costs $400, $500, $1,000. They've got the outfit. That's mother so-and-so. That's sister so-and-so. That's mother so-and-so in church, right? Here come the sister. She just gave her life to the Lord 2 weeks ago. She still got outfits that she wore, tight body outfits that she wore, mini skirts that she wore when she was in the streets just hanging out. She ain't got the money like that to buy the big church hats and look all fancy yet. She just coming to church in the outfits that she got, a pair of jeans, nice blouse. And them church sisters used to hate, gossip about, tear down, misdirect those young women because they were young, still looking sexy. Don't let the young lady give her life to the Lord and she ain't had no kids. That meant that she could come in and get a man, to where these women have been sitting at church for 40 years and couldn't get a man at all. All they end up with as a consolation prize was a big church hat. Sitting in the front row. I saw it so many times, man. Those women used to do the young ladies in church so wrong. And don't let you as men in church be attracted to the young ladies having conversation after services and stuff like that. Those old women would gossip about her so bad, man. I used to see those old ladies, man, and that's the first time that I noticed that older women do not like younger women. And they'll lie and say, well, we just give them advice so they gonna get used by men. Most of the church women didn't even have a man. So how you gonna give somebody some advice if you don't even have or couldn't even keep a man? What's my point in saying that or telling that story? This has been going on for years, and that's what my point is. Women not liking women is not a new phenomenon. Women versus women, women challenging women, women competing against women in a negative way is not a new phenomenon. That's the crazy part. Corporal says this. He says, not the big hat versus the newly reformed neophyte. Yeah, person brand new, don't know any better. She ain't got the churchy wardrobe yet. She ain't got the sister, you know, the suit on with the slacks yet, or the long church dress yet. All she got was in her closet, and she just happy to be coming to church now instead of going to the club. And instead of encouraging those women, man, them sisters in church used to talk about those young women so bad, man. So bad. He said these older women will call them, whores all the time. The church girls, the church ladies would talk like this. Zeta says this. He said, don't let a young woman with no kids and a virgin and committed to God. That's Armageddon. That's so true. Don't let the woman come to church and be serious about her life. Well, these church mothers just come because they've been doing it for 40 years. So this is what they do. Man, those church mothers used to hate on them young ladies so bad. Let's get ready to do the outro right now. I don't keep you guys too long tonight. Tomorrow, we got a great one. We got the Passport Sisters in Medellin fussing and cussing again because they cannot find a man. And we got an update on the young lady or the woman that pretended like she was Afro-Colombian. Remember that one a couple weeks ago? The sister that went to Medellin took her little Spanish, found her a Pookie, had him take her out to lunch, bought her all this soul food. Well, we got a couple of updated videos from her. Things didn't turn out in the end the way that she thought it would. That meal that she got was not the grand finale. So we're going to see the updated videos in regards to what happened after she was at Sweet Georgia Cafe and she made it back to the States. Things didn't turn out the way that she thought it would. So shout out to all you guys. He says this. He says, great show tonight, Andre. He said, as usual, you deliver content fit for men and growth. Gracias. De nada. Con gusto, I meant to say. Con gusto. Corporal says this. He said, hell, most of the women in attendance in the church are the biggest panders toward the preachers. Absolutely correct. But never peacemakers. That's so true. Let's get ready to I'm going to just do one outro video tonight. Let's get some cowgirls in here.
you.